Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be reviewing a new Mazda CX-50, and this one has a very interesting combination of colors. We'll just leave it at that. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Southtown Mazda for giving me some time with the CX-50. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.5-liter four-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 227 horsepower and then 310 pound-feet of torque. If you throw in premium, you jump up to 250 and 320. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So this one is finished in zircon sand, which I think this might be the color for Mazda's. It looks really sharp. You guys can see here with all of the body lines there on the hood. And then I love the headlight design with the 50. I think that looks really cool as well. And the little turn signal indicators down below. Notice the grill's darker with the coloration on top of that. And yeah, there's the front. Now around the side here, our turn wheel setup is 245, 45, 20 in the front and over on the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver with the black trim. And then I like the giant fender flares. You can see the rest of the bodywork there as well. You got the blacked out mirror cap. You got some silver trim there at the back of the window. But yeah, here's your full side view. It's got kind of like a wide body kit compared to a CX-5. And this leads us to the key fob. We've got our Mazda logo there. Lock and unlock here, opening for the hatch as well. And popping into the rear, we've got quite a bit of storage space. Again, this is similar in size to the CX-5, which is a practical car, competes with the RAV4. And this kind of is like a RAV4 answer in a way. You guys can see here, throw down these seats, which is a nice little feature to have. But yeah, definitely a practical place. I'm gonna push this back a little bit so that the hatch will close all the way. But yeah, just one touch and that pops down. I like the taillights. I think that's another cool part of this. And then you guys can see with all the rest of the badging, including the turbo badge. But let me know what you guys think about the exterior here on the 50. Now taking a look at the door panel, you've got this nice soft touch trim here. It's actually soft touch there as well. But this is what I'm talking about, weird color combo. This has the terracotta interior. So you got that with the zircon sand. It's unique. And you can see legroom is pretty good. We've got some vents here in the back. We've got heated seats for the rear passengers as well. And I know you guys can't smell through the camera, but it has a nice smell back here. And then headroom, it's limited a little bit with the sunroof, but it's pretty good overall. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you can see soft touch here at the top. And then look at the cross stitching down below. And then more of our soft touch trim. All of our window controls here. We've got our mirror adjustments as well. And then blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here's the seat itself. Got that cool cross stitching. Our adjustments on the side. Got more of that cross stitching, and then see soft touch there on the dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around. You've got the darker stitching there in the center. Paddle shifters on the back. You've got a bunch of practical controls on the front, including like our cruise control. You've got your volume controls, all of that stuff for the center. And then we've got traditional stocks on the back. Quick look at the gauge cluster. You can scroll through and see different bits of information on systems within the car itself. And I like the 3-dial layout. I think that that's pretty cool. Now, interestingly enough, this just has the backup camera, no 360 with it. And yep, just like other Mazdas, not a touchscreen. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see better. Everything's controlled via a dial with the infotainment system, but it's easy enough to use. Soft touch across the rest of the dash. And then you guys can see here with the dual zone climate controls, heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel as well. And yeah, I mean, it's a very cool design. Then you got some storage here, the cup holders. Shifter there for that 6-speed automatic. You got your drive mode select, which is pretty cool with the mode kind of look. And then we've got some physical controls here for the center, your volume control, your parking brake, all of that. And then the center console is pretty spacious. Nice trim on the top of that. And then rear view mirror, and then we've got a panoramic sunroof. So the 50 is really trying to go after the RAV4, so the pricing scheme is pretty similar. Again, obviously you've got the turbocharged engine, the RAV4 doesn't have that. But this one with the premium package and all of that, and the turbo, of course doesn't show very well. There you go, 43,785. Let's see how it performs. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. There's over the hood. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And let us set off. The CX-50. Ah, that's funny. That's funny. Knock on wood. You guys probably saw earlier in the clip, it had like a check engine light. And, you know, turning it off and restarting it, it's gone. It's the magic of new cars. They fix themselves. Now, sometimes the computers just glitch out and they think they read something that they haven't. But that's funny. It's funny that disappeared. So the CX-50, again, I was initially really confused about the CX-50 when it first came out because it's like, it's basically a wide body CX-5. It's kind of weird why they have two cars in the same segment, all that. But I understand it more so now because Mazda's really trying to pull RAV4 customers. Some people might buy the RAV4 over the CX-5 because the RAV4 is kind of seen as more rugged, more utilitarian. And so with the 50 being a little bit more rugged, more utilitarian, it's going to be more appealing to someone who's cross-shopping with a RAV4. But that's kind of my 2 cents on that. And again, like I said, pricing scheme is pretty similar. This is pretty similar in price to like a loaded up RAV, but it's obviously got a much better powertrain. I mean, some people might like the, you know, hybrids in the RAV4 a little bit more, so I will concede that. But they are going to be coming out with a 50 hybrid soon, so just you wait. And I think they're actually literally just borrowing Toyota's powertrain, if I remember right from what I read. So smooth. The 50 has a little more wheel travel than the 5. It's a wider track, so it does help out with the kind of compression and everything. So it does lead to a little bit of a better ride quality. But what I will say is the seats, they're just as comfortable, if not more. So I don't actually have any qualms with the seats themselves on this, and should be good to go finally. I'm gonna pop it into the sport mode here. Smooth. I do like this turbo engine quite a bit. It's really torquey and just great power delivery overall. It's a nice torque. It's just a nice torque punch. It's cool. But we'll see what well, wait for this truck to get up and then we'll see the acceleration. Ooh. Yeah, this engine's all about torque. It's pretty quick to shift. The 6-speed's good. It's smooth too. It's a nice setup. So, CX-50. It's a cool car. I'm still team CX-5 personally. I get the appeal of the 50 because of the wide body. Like, it looks really cool. But I just like the interior on the CX-5 a little bit more, and then the CX-5's a little bit less money too. Like, I would get, you know, carbon turbo CX-5. That's a cool one. Great interior, tons of features, less than 40 grand. Just a nice car. But this, again, is trying to compete with Toyota. And I think it does a great job. Again, you know, Toyota, man, Trump flag in Salt Lake City? That's a shocker. The reason I say this is because Salt Lake City is like liberal as can be nowadays, so just surprising to see that. But as I was saying, yeah, I think it beats the RAV4 on a performance powertrain side of things. It's really cool if you ask me. So let me know if you would go, oh, this is going to be a cluster. Let me know if you'd go CX-50, CX-5, or RAV4.